They say don't drink and get tattooed, but I got a sweet ice cream cone tattoo of it, so. I'm Richie Nakano from Hapa Ramen here in San Francisco. We're here at my local supermarket in the Sunset District, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make cold ramen. So this place has like all the stuff you can't get at your local supermarket probably. Lots of crazy like cuts of meat, lots of offal. All this stuff is what makes this place really different. Toads, we're not gonna use any of those in the cold ramen yet. So for making the cold ramen, it's pretty straightforward. It's just noodles with a really good soy vinaigrette and then seasonal vegetables. Then you can put like fried chicken on it if you want to, or roasted pork or whatever. So we're just gonna grab some things because I realized like a bad ramen chef, I'm out of soy sauce at my house. So that's one thing we gotta pick up. I grew up eating this stuff, so that's what we're gonna use today. Sesame oil. It's kind of like the trash sesame oil, but it's fine. In terms of using ramen noodles, if you don't have access to fresh ramen noodles, you can totally use like instant ramen noodles in this dish. They work just as well, they're still delicious. Don't fear this stuff, it's all good. So pea sprouts, super tender. They taste like fresh peas, they're really delicious. Gonna get a piece of ginger. You don't need a lot, just a little nub like this, like about 2-3 inches. Should we make it spicy? You wanna make it spicy? We're gonna grab these guys. We're gonna get all those chilies for $2.11. I think that's about it. We got our soy, we got some greens, we got some scallions, some chilies, and our ginger, and everything else is back at my house. So let's get out of here. So we're back from the store here at my house, and I have all my ingredients, and now we're gonna make a bowl of cold ramen. We developed this soy vinaigrette recipe that we use on a lot of different stuff, but the best application for it is this cold ramen that we do. Noodles that we cook off, then we shock them in ice water, and then we basically just take a bunch of vegetables, we toss it all together with the soy vinaigrette, and you have a really easy dinner or snack. So I'm gonna start prepping everything now. Like I was saying, it's sort of whatever you have in the house is what you should use. I strangely have an ear of corn, which I don't really know why. There's some baby chard that's like super beautiful from the market that I got. I had garlic here, we just picked up ginger. We got the scallions, the chilies, the pea shoots, all from the market down the street. I had just this much kimchi with a good amount of juice left over in it in my fridge, which is really cool. I have togarashi, which is a really great garnish, usually used for like rice, but in this case we're gonna put it on noodles. And then luckily I had one portion of ramen noodles at my house, and you would think a ramen guy would have ramen noodles hanging from the ceiling, but I don't. I just had this. Oh, and also a really, really farm fresh egg that still has like chicken shit all over it, which is kind of gross, but it's a really delicious egg, I promise. So just gonna start by cutting up these pea tendrils. Scallion, we're just gonna cut really thinly. And then the corn, I like to just stand it up because we do it in a bowl. This keeps all your corn from going everywhere. So we got that. In terms of the ginger, some people like to use a spoon to do it. I have this peeler that I've had since culinary school. You only have to peel away really what you're gonna use and then leave the rest of the peel on. So we have that guy. Gonna peel our garlic. My old boss, Lawrence at Nopa, taught me to peel garlic using a steak knife, and I don't know why, and it's really stuck with me because it's not the best tool to do it. So thanks for the bad habit, Lawrence. And then with the ginger, I'm just gonna slice it up like that. Doesn't need to be like anything like super fancy or anything like that. Anything you have at home you can put in, and it just depends on how much you want in there. Some people like to really load it up with a ton of veggies. Some people don't put any vegetables in at all, and it's all about like meat for me if I was making a meal for myself. So it was that one ear of corn, the pea sprouts is about a handful, about 2 tablespoons of scallion, a little handful of that baby chard, depending on how hot you want it, a couple chilies sliced up in there, really anything you want. Now we're gonna get into making the actual vinaigrette. Digital scale, if you don't have one, you should definitely get one. It'll make you cook better. It'll make you be more precise. It'll make you be more consistent. We'll start with the garlic. So we need like 15 grams. And the great thing about this vinaigrette is it's not really an emulsified vinaigrette, so you don't have to like drizzle oil into it. So everything goes in the blender once you're ready to go. And then ginger, I'm gonna do about 25 grams of that. And then sugar, just straight up white sugar. You can use brown sugar if you wanted to. I think it would make it too syrupy though, but I don't discriminate, so whatever you want to use. So we're gonna do 100 grams of sugar, okay? Soy sauce is gonna be next. I'm gonna do 575 grams, okay? Soy sauce in there. We'll do vinegar next. 275 grams of this. So the last thing to go in there is gonna be the sesame seed oil. And for that, we're gonna put in 70 grams. It's really not much oil at all, which makes this vinaigrette really good. Now we're gonna make a lot of noise. Okay, it's pretty good. So we pretty much have everything plossed out now, and we can go and cook the noodles and really start putting this whole thing together. I have a pot of boiling water here. It's just a little tiny pot. You don't need like a big pot for spaghetti or anything like that. Just gonna drop the noodles in, cook them for 1 minute. The water's not salted. Normally for ramen, we would salt the water, but since this is getting that soy vinaigrette on it, we're not gonna salt it. So those are all done. With these guys, it sort of looks like spaghetti, and you just taste it. It should have a little bit of chew, like a little bit of bite, al dente style, and then just like into a little ice bath, and they can just stay there. While I have this pot of water on, I am going to poach our egg. I like for my poaching water to be pretty salty. Like that. While we're bringing our water back up, I'm just gonna put a quick saute on the corn and on the pea shoots, kind of like wilt them down, toast the corn a little bit, put a little salt on these guys, just so there's like a little bit different texture, different flavors going on in the bowl. Poached eggs are really easy. People think they're really hard and they're not. Water at the boil, crack that guy in there. If you have enough convection in the water, that'll bring the egg white up and around the yolk, and you'll get a nicely poached egg. Give it like 2-3 minutes in there, and then the egg will be done. Pull this egg out. It's just nice poached egg, real straight up, no big deal. Okay, so we can go put this whole thing together now. Okay, so we pretty much have everything ready to go here. You're gonna get a big bowl, got your ramen noodles, all your hot stuff. And then this is the best part about this whole dish, is how easy it is to put together. Chard, chilies, scallions. Kimchi, it's as much or as little as you want to put in there. I really like kimchi, so I'm gonna put all this plus all that juice in there just because it tastes really good. I'm gonna kind of mix that stuff up. And then with our soy vinaigrette, I usually do about like 3 spoons. And then just grab like your favorite bowl. I usually like to try to grab all the noodles first and put them down, and then get all the veggies on top. And then we have our egg. Slide that guy right on top. And then furikake just to garnish. And that's pretty much it. That's a bowl of cold ramen. So I'll taste that now, break the egg. It really is good though. I haven't eaten anything today. For the recipe, click on the link below. And thanks for watching. Is that good?